Well, strong winds have been dominating the day all across central Nebraska, and it's resulted in downed limbs in several areas. A viewer sent this video earlier this evening of a downed limb near the intersection of 29th Street and Avenue B over in Kearney. It looks like the winds were strong enough at one point at least to break out a significant chunk of that tree, or at least a large limb from the core there. So we've had those winds across most of the area. Last night around midnight is when they came into the area. That cold front actually brought wind gusts upwards of 50 miles per hour to the Tri-Cities. Then about 2 o'clock we had a lull, and then afterwards, after sunrise, we saw those winds really start to pick up. Now we've backed down just a little bit. We've got some sustained winds around 40 miles per hour. There you see in the magenta color across the sandhills. Here for the Tri-Cities, 25 to 35 mile per hour winds sustained. But we have more gusts still going to be coming through the area tonight, upwards of 60 miles per hour right now. Broken Bow at 61, 66 up there in Valentine. Whenever you see this gray transition, that's what we have on our color table to indicate upwards of severe level threshold winds, which would be about 60 miles per hour. So we've had some severe damage. We saw that tree damage just now across parts of the area. Now overnight tonight, we'll see those winds continuing to gust upwards of 40 miles per hour. Then as we get past daybreak tomorrow, we're going to be looking at upwards of 50 to near 60 miles per hour by late morning. So here it is around 10 o'clock. We've got gusts upwards of 60 even here in the Tri-Cities, and a wide swath across the area. All this black color is upwards of 50 mile per hour winds. So widespread high winds again tomorrow morning, lasting into the afternoon, then easing back once we get to around 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock. That's when we're expecting most of those high wind alerts to be expired. As we're looking at those winds now, here it is about midnight there on Saturday morning. Things are going to start to calm back down. Still, like I said, those high wind warnings across the majority of the state of Nebraska until midday there off towards northeastern Nebraska, but until 6 p.m. for the rest of the area, including the Tri-Cities tomorrow evening. Look for Doppler radar right now. The other side of the system that's not really impacting us here in the Tri-Cities much is all the way out into Iowa over there, but there are blizzard warnings out in eastern Nebraska, including the Lincoln area. We'll look at that in a minute, but we might have a few flurries here and around the Tri-Cities area just shortly. Up towards Rock County, Brown County, we've got a few flurries right now coming through. I really don't think any of this is going to accumulate. Remember, we've got those high winds. There's very little snow that's actually falling, so you'll probably get accumulation on the sides of buildings rather than on the actual ground. Here around the Tri-Cities to Lincoln corridor here, we've got just the first wave of a few flurries coming through. Heavier snow, though, from Lancaster County into Otoe County over there, maybe seeing a little bit more of accumulations. And those are the areas that we have blizzard warnings out for. We'll check that out in a moment. As we head through Futurecast, though, like I said, we're going to be expecting a chance for some flurries here in the Tri-Cities. Notice how we're on the very western edge of the system. We're not going to get a lot out of it, but we still see heavier snow rates across eastern Nebraska into western Iowa. If you're trying to travel west tomorrow, it's going to be a bit tricky because those blizzard warnings are until 6 o'clock. Then as we head into Saturday, we might see just a little bit of wraparound moisture. It's not going to be a whole lot on Saturday there, but we might have just a little bit on the radar coming up. Lows overnight tonight dropping down into the 20s here around the area, so it will be chilly tomorrow. Not going to see the nice warm temperatures we had over the last couple of days. Only the 30s for most of the Tri-Cities area, and looking through the 7-day forecast, will eventually rebound just a little bit. As we get into the weekend, temperatures back into the 40s. We'll see maybe a little bit of a dip there Tuesday. There's a small chance of some precipitation here, but really right now it's minimal. We'll have to